Well, after losing the midweek, the manager of Spurs was sacked. That is Thomas Frank, one of the managers that was seen as a person who held huge potential. Sources coming in from Spurs indicate that this manager found himself in a turmoil because he used Arsenal as the reference in what we call the pre-match briefings and so on and so forth. And you know the rivalry between Arsenal and Tottenham Hotspur in there. And I think it contributed a lot. And the players were like, his tactics were not matching the standards of what they expected from him. He got sacked, and good enough, the replacement has been put up, and it's a here we go announced by Fabrizio Romano. Welcome to the Rokani Media Football. How are you guys and where you're watching us from? I go by the names of Rokani David. Smash like button, comment and share. If you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Now, who is the chosen one? Obviously, he goes by names of Igor Tudor, and it's Fabrizio Romano that broke the story. Breaking, Igor Tudor becomes new Tottenham interim coach until June 2026 as revealed earlier. He has accepted the job and ready to start until the end of the season. Main candidates for permanent job in June: Roberto Di Zerbi and Mauricio Pochettino in there. Now, after that, he came up and told us the following, that Igor Tudor has signed his short-term deal as new Tottenham Hotspur interim manager. Agreement only valid until June, no option to extend. Future plans include Roberto Di Zerbi and Mauricio Pochettino, top candidates in there for you. Now, you guys might be asking yourself, who is Igor Tudor? Now, this guy is really very reputable, and I think he has managed a couple of clubs. And we obviously have him born on 16th April 1978, meaning that he's 47 years of age. He was born in Split, Croatia, and Yugoslavia. And he played as a centre-back when he was really doing his job. You understand? So, the clubs he has gone ahead to manage, there is Udinese, right, in 2018. Then he returned to Hud Jack Spitz in 2019. He was an assistant at Juventus in 2020. And he was an assistant to Andrea Pirlo in there. In the Serie A, he was sacked after Inter Milan reclaimed its Serie A in there. Then Hellas Verona in there for you in 2021. Then he managed Marseille in 2022. And on 1st June 2023, Tudor announced that he was to part ways with the French club at the end of the season, stating it an official press release. And I think that's what Di Zerbi has gone ahead to do also. He has gone ahead to part ways with Marseille. It's really doing well. And on the 18th of March 2024, he signed with Serie A club Lazio after Mauricio Sarri resigned. The same year, on 5th June, he resigned from this position at the end of 2023-2024. And on 23rd March 2025, Tudor replaced Thiago Motta as head coach of Serie A club Juventus. This appointment marked the first time Juventus had appointed a foreign manager since Didier Deschamps in 2006-2007 season. He eventually guided the club to the 4th place of the league table and Champions League qualification at the end of the 2024-2025 season. On 13th June, Tudor signed a contract extension that kept him at the club until 2028. In his first Champions League match with Juventus, he oversaw a 4-4 draw against Borussia Dortmund, managed by Niko Kovac. 25 years after a 4-4 draw between Juventus and Hamburg, in which both had scored as players. Tudor was sacked by Juventus on 27th October, a day after a team lost 1-0 away to Lazio, extending their winless run to 8 games, ending his tenure after 7 months in charge. So, he was sacked you know, in October last year at Juventus. And now, today, he has agreed to become the interim manager of Tottenham Hotspur until the end of the season. So, what is his coaching style? We are told that, known for his forward-looking philosophy, Tudor seeks to impose an aggressive style of play in his teams. Describing his preferred style of play whilst manager of Marseille, he said, "I want courageous and intensive football. Not only uniquely best on the defense, I want people who come to the stadium to be entertained and not disappointed." Now, I think in this, Spurs are really getting in a better manager. That is it. Because when you look at a side called Spurs, I think they are slowly getting off what we've always gone ahead to know Spurs for. If you watched Spurs under Martin Jol, Spurs was a tiki-taka team, you know? And I think even Pochettino tried to merge the tiki-taka with the transitional kind of game. You get? But when you look at the Spurs of Jose Mourinho, you know, hiring managers that best describe the situation of the club as being desperate. The Nuno Espirito, you know, you can talk about which other manager? Even Thomas Frank, desperate signing. But I think in Ange Postecoglou, they had gone ahead to get in a very good manager. And I really went ahead to hear what Ange Postecoglou had to say in there. And he said that there are players he wanted that were Premier League proven and the club couldn't provide them. You get? So, I understand. You get? So, what these people should do is simple. I think let him be an interim. And I think I would get in Roberto De Zerbi. That is it. Why De Zerbi? I think we can all understand what Roberto De Zerbi is all about. If you know Spurs, Roberto De Zerbi is the best description of the best manager for Spurs. You know, tiki-taka, you know, and when he's really having quality players, I think he can obviously do wonders. If he was at Brighton and turned Brighton into a competitive side, and he never had players of the quality that he is at Spurs right now, I think he's the right guy. If you want to get the best from Xavi Simon, Kolo Muani, Solanke, look at Pedro Porro, Udogi, that midfield of Parmeta Sarr, and this guy known as Yefis Besuma, you understand? I think his time with De Zerbi at Brighton was really short-lived in there. So, were they together? I think he left when Potter was still the manager in there. So, all I want to let you know is simple. Spurs just need a De Zerbi. I don't think that it makes sense for them to bring back Mauricio Pochettino. I understand he can really get the best out of those players, but I think De Zerbi is the new age manager that you need in your team. So guys, thank you very much for watching through. Rokani David is my name. But there are also rumors that they really went in for Enzo Maresca. And Fabrizio Romano has come up and obviously had something to say about this. Enzo Maresca links to the side of Tottenham Hotspur said, no talks between Tottenham and Enzo Maresca so far, despite recent links. Understand Maresca remains the clear leading candidate to be Man City head coach next season if Pep decides to leave. So, that is it. Enzo Maresca is not part of this, but it's De Zerbi and Pochettino, Poch, in line to obviously take the job of Tottenham Hotspur, but I would prefer De Zerbi. I miss De Zerbi in the Premier League. I really like him, but Man United is also there, so you might see them go for Roberto De Zerbi in there. So guys, thank you very much for watching through. Smash the like button, comment and share, and if you're only watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe. After subscribing, hit the notification bell. That will enable you get notified every time I upload a video onto this channel. So guys, your reactions to Igor Tudor, to Tottenham Hotspur, welcome in the comment section below. And for Arsenal fans, next weekend, you are playing against Spurs, right? And when you're playing against Spurs, what does that mean? It means that the new manager bounce might be in effect. Now, before I obviously sign out, let's look at the Tottenham Hotspur games that are in line, you know. Tottenham. So, the games they have that are really coming up. Tottenham, 22nd on Sunday. They are coming in action to take on a team known as Arsenal at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Big game. It's a North London derby, and the Tudor guy has the experience. Arteta will feel the wrath of this guy. Then after first match, he'll come up to play against Fulham away. 5th match, he'll host Crystal Palace, second home game. Then 15th match, he'll play away at Liverpool. Then 22nd match, he'll play at home against Nottingham Forest. Those are his 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games that are really coming in through thick and fast. So that is Igor Tudor, and we wish him the best of luck in what he's really getting ready to do, but it's really not gonna be an easy job for him as a manager, because the tension is gonna be huge, and him getting used to these players, because he has a history of really getting sacked. But if you were at Juventus, that means you know how to handle these superstars, because Spurs really has good players, you know, the Van der Veens, the Cristiano Romeros, and so many others in there for you. I'm out. Bye-bye.